everybody, I am Prerna Lad, and as you can see that my camera is focused on these three books. So these three books are written by a famous author named Shudha Murthy. Her books are really interesting to read, and it increases your vocabulary too. You can't stop reading it. So these are the three books that I've read till now: The Magic of the Lost Temple, Shudha Murthy, The Bird with Golden Wings, and Grandma's Bag of Stories. So these three books are the books that I've read till now. So these are really nice books, and today I'm going to be reading a story from this Grandma's Bag of Stories, and the story's name is 5 Spoons of Salt. So, basically in the story, this is the grandmother and all these are the children, and they like hearing stories from their grandmother and members in their family. So this all starts with the children asking a member of the family to read a story. So he started off. So let's start the story, 5 Spoons of Salt. So this all starts with a girl named Geeta. She was very forgetful, very lazy, very careless and all. So one day her grandfather asked her to bring some medicines from the medical store because he was having a really bad headache. But what was Geeta doing? Where was she? She was on her bed lying and reading a book. Her grandfather had called her many times, but she just ignored him and pretended that she couldn't hear him. Then after that, her mother also called her. Then she sighed and went out, and she was walking, and then she saw a sweet shop. It was filled with gulab jamuns, laddus and delicious jalebis. Geeta's mouth was watering, and she just had to get some of those. So she forgot about her grandfather's bad headache and went to the shop. There, a friend came by. They both chatted for a long time and ate sweets to their heart's content. And afternoon turned to evening, and Geeta forgot all about her grandfather's bad headache and that he wanted some medicines. So the chemist store was closed for the day, and Geeta returned back. His grandfather was so upset, and he told Geeta, "When will you grow up?" Geeta was also upset, but no, she didn't change a bit. Then the next day, her mother asked her to bring the clothes from the washing line, but she forgot all about it. So then the clothes were fully soaked because of the overnight rains, and Geeta's mother was too upset. The next day, her sister forgot her lunchbox, so her mother asked Geeta to take it to her. But when she was taking it to her, that time she saw a circus. She spent the whole afternoon wandering and seeing all the animals and the magicians, jokers and all. She was so fascinated by it, but she just forgot about it. Then she suddenly felt so hungry. Then she saw the tiffin box in her hand, and she just had to take some few bites of it. She knew that it was her sister's, but then she thought that maybe the day had passed and that she had returned home now, and maybe her mother had given her some snacks. So she thought of that, and she ate the whole tiffin box. She just gobbled it up without thinking about her poor sister, who had not even eaten anything. Then one day, her dad was in a hurry to leave for office, so he told her daughter Geeta to iron his shirt fast. So Geeta ironed his shirt, but when she was, that time, a fruit vendor had passed by. She saw him from the window, and he had big, fat, juicy mangoes. She just had to touch them. Her stomach was just jumping. So she kept the hot iron on her dad's t-shirt and left and was picking which mangoes she should select. So as she was selecting, so then she smelled some like fire type smell. So she was surprised that where is this coming from. She went inside and realized that her dad's t-shirt was on fire. So then her dad managed to make the fire go away, but he was still upset. So then one day from school, Geeta came, and then when she came, she announced all her members of the family that the teacher had said that there's going to be a picnic tomorrow, and that every one of the students were required to bring their favorite food item, which was cooked by their mother or father. So Geeta was very happy and told them all about it. Then she told her mother that wake me up early tomorrow and you will make some yummy sambar. Then that night she couldn't even sleep. She just kept dreaming about like how her sambar would taste and how her friends would react. So the next morning, Geeta's nose tickled because of the yummy and delicious smell of the boiling sambar. Her mother boiled the dal, she added the coconut and added many spices into it. It was just so magnificent. Then, after Geeta went into the kitchen, her mother told that I'm going out for an errand and you will have to add 5 spoons of salt. I'll be back in 1 hour. So Geeta got ready and then she sat on the sofa to watch TV. But she didn't even remember to add 5 spoons of salt. Then her grandmother had heard all of this and she remembered that Geeta had not done my work. And so she added 5 spoons of salt. Then her grandfather also heard her, who was sitting in the veranda reading a newspaper. He went and added 5 spoons of salt. Like that, the rest of the family members also thought that Geeta was so careless and so forgetful, and they just added 5 spoons of salt. And total, there was like 20-25 spoons of salt. So then when Geeta remembered that, oh, I have to add 5 spoons of salt, I totally forgot about it. Then her mother came back and she poured the dal into the tiffin box with her rice. When she went into the picnic spot, that time, all the kids were playing and enjoying themselves. Then they just felt so hungry. They couldn't even do anything else without eating some food. Geeta was really excited and opened her tiffin box. There she saw the sambar. All of her friends were delighted by the magnificent smell of the dal. So they all said that can we have some, and took big portions of Geeta's sambar. So when they tasted a spoonful of sambar, then it was so yucky. They said, blah, horrible, and they wanted a glass of water immediately. Geeta was astonished. Why are they so rude for my mother's sambar? Then she tasted it on her own, and she too felt it that it was so horrible. Then she went back home really sadly, and she had a tear stain on her cheeks. Her mother was very upset to see her so sad. She pulled her close and said that, I guess I told you to add 5 spoons of salt. She told, I didn't. Then how is my sambar so salty? Then all of the family members told that I added the 5 spoons of salt, and there were so many spoons of salt. Then Geeta was crying even more. Then her mother told that it's okay, Geeta, this was only one time, but you need to learn your lesson now. So Geeta learned her lesson, and after many days of convincing, she convinced her friends finally to have some yummy, delicious dal of her mother. And when they tasted it, then it was the best dal they had ever tasted in their life. That's the end of the story. So I hope you liked the story on Shudha Murthy. So you can read these 2 books too. I've reviewed this book also, The Bird with Golden Wings. Check on my channel to see this review too. Thank you. I hope you liked this video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Bye.